Okay everyone, hello again. For this lesson, we're going to learn what is a sharp. Okay, what is a sharp note and how to find them on the guitar. Okay, they're very important for the next lesson they're going to put in, which is the key of G, right, major, and E minor. And so this is the best, this video is for finding sharps, which will come in now into play. Okay, also we're going to know how to do a chromatic scales. Doing chromatic scales, you can try to do the sharps and find out the sharps also. Okay, here we go. A sharp note. Okay, we know that a whole note, right, is, let's say for example, this is F, which it is, F, in space 1. And if you go to the next, right, letter, which is G, right, you jump to a whole step, right? Now, in between those two spaces, space 1 and 2, right, there is this space 2, it becomes the sharp note. It is the middle note between F and G. Okay, that will be constituted as a sharp, an F sharp. In other words, you go F and F sharp. Always the sharp carries the letter of the preceding one. In other words, with that little pound sign, I don't know if you see music, you'll find the little pound sign, or like in the telephone, or the tic-tac-toe, I call it, the tic-tac-toe sign. Okay, the pound sign, and in front of the letter comes a little pound sign, me signifying that it's a sharp note. Okay, they're not the same notes. This is F, right? We call it natural F, and then F sharp will be here. Then the next note, which will be G, right, is the next note following note. So sharps go in between whole notes. So let's try to do it with the first string. For the sixth string. Okay, sixth string. The first note in the sixth string is called E. Okay, all the E's in the guitar or in music have no sharp. There's no sharp for E. So the next step will be F, right? Though the half step, let's say, or the next space. So 0, E, F. F has a sharp. That'll be the next space, like we discussed. Then it will be G. Now G has a sharp. We use that for the next space, which is space 4. So we did E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. Now after G comes A again. Remember, it goes back to A. That'll be space 5. Right? A has a sharp. Then B. B has no sharp. There's no B sharp in music. B. Then the next one will be C. Since there's no B sharp. C. And then what? After C comes C sharp, then D, D sharp, and then E. The last one, with the pinky you can do it. Okay, remember it's 4 fingers. Every 4 fingers. Notice what I'm doing. I use every finger, right, and divide it into 3. If you miss if you miss a finger, then you went somewhere wrong. Okay. Also, right, if you start with a letter, say letter E, right, and you end with the letter E on space 12, you did the right thing. If you miss a letter, say you miss F, or you ended with F or something, you went someplace wrong. So you begin with a letter that you started with, and you end with a letter you started with. Okay, in other words, you start with a letter, and you should end with the same letter. That's what I mean. So let's do with the next string. String 5, right? It'll be A. There is an A sharp, and we'll start with the first space. A sharp. Then the next one will be B. B has no sharp. There's no B sharp in music. Okay? So the next level will be C. Then C sharp. Then after C, right? C sharp comes what? D. Then D sharp. Then E, we're in space 7, E. E has no sharp. We discussed that in string 6. There's no E sharp. Then we F, right? Then after F comes F sharp. Then what? G. Then G sharp. Then A. Pinky, sorry. E, A. So we started with A and we ended with A. If you end with another letter, then you went someplace wrong. It's very easy to make a mistake in finding notes in the guitar or any instrument, actually. All right. What's the next one? D, right? D. String 4. D. D has a sharp. Start with it, right? D sharp. Sorry. D sharp. Then E. E has no sharp. So be F, then F sharp. Then next space 5, G, G sharp. Then what will be after G sharp? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, right? Then A sharp. Then what? B, B has no sharp. C, C sharp, and D. We started with D and we end with D on string 4. We'll do that with string 3. G, G sharp, sorry, G sharp, A, B, B has no sharp, correct? Let's see, let's do that again. G, G sharp, A, no, there's A sharp. Little trick there, right? Little trick. So we did G, G sharp, A, then what? A sharp, B on string 4. I mean space 4, sorry, space 4. Space 4. The B, very important, okay? Go with a next with a previous lesson, or I think it'll be lesson 8. We'll find out how we tune the guitar. So B. Okay, so G, G sharp, A sharp, B, B has no sharp, C, space 5, C, right, C sharp, then D, D sharp, then E has no sharp, right, then F sharp, and then G. We began with G and we ended with G. Remember what we did here with B, right? On space 4, string 3. Now we'll go to the next one. B, open string. B has no sharp. It'll be C, space 1. Then C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F has no sharp. E has no sharp. Then it'll be F, right? Then F sharp, then G, then what? G sharp, then what? Okay, there'll be what? A, then A sharp, and then B. We started with B, and we ended with B. So we're correct. The last one is the same as the string 6. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B has no sharp, C, C sharp, then what? D, D sharp, E. And that's the 12 letters, right? In each string. And what do we learn about this? Okay? The in-between notes, they're sharp. There's no E sharp, there's no B sharp. And we're moving forwards. In another video, we'll move backwards using flats. That's something else. Okay? That we won't discuss right now, we just move forward. Okay, so what do we do with this? Okay? What do we do with this knowledge that we have right now? Chromatic scales. What are chromatic scales? Doing the same thing we did, right? Alternating your fingers, your index and your middle finger on your right hand. And you try to do the same thing, but evenly and fast as fast as you can. Eventually, you start slow first. We go, right? And then the next 4. Notice that I'm alternating my fingers. Right, let's do that again. 0, right? 0, string 6. Notice that I'm alternating my fingers. Next 4. You don't have to be perfect in alternating, right? But do as much as you can alternating. Do not skip. In other words, don't do this. Skipping. We need 2 fingers to go really fast in finger picking in classical guitar. Okay, we need 2 legs to walk. If we use 1 and we hop, we're not going to go very fast. Okay, so what's the next one? Next 4. And we'll do the same thing with the next string. And you press up inward. Don't go like this. Right? Like people do, you go. That's not what we're doing here. We're going up inward. Okay, up inward. Okay, and next 4 letters. Right, and then the next one. And then you go like this, alternating. Then next one. And every time you do a little bit, you get a little bit faster. Now you can go backwards too. Or you can go forwards. Any which way you want. Okay, any which way you want, you can do that. As long as you keep the logic, every 4 spaces, right? To open up your hand, right? To open up your hand and to give speed to your fingers. Once you get tired with these fingers, what do? You try to exceed your expectation. You try to do it with this finger. It's finger 3, okay? Or the ring finger on your right hand. The lazy of the family. Okay, this guy is weak. And if you do the same thing with your middle finger and the ring finger, you do the same thing. That's what I did, how fast I went, right? Eventually you'll get supersonic. You have so much strength in your hand, and if this finger is strong and fast, these 2 are super fast. Okay, it's very skillful study, very important study, right, for beginner students. Okay, to do that. Okay, I remember when I was young, I used to do 10 minutes in each finger. In other words, these 2 10 minutes, and then these 2 10 minutes, until I get tired or I go so much pain that I will stop. After a while, there'll be no pain because you get really good. It's like jogging, running, whatever. You do exercise. After a while, there's no more pain. It's an exercise for the hands. And once in a while, you go like this, E, F, F sharp, G, right? And you count them, right? G sharp, A, B, C, D, right? Or whatever, right? And you count them all through the thing. So you learn also the letter, right? The position of where you are, the quadrant where you are with the space in the string. You learn the letter and you do chromatic scales. Now, if you want to really get this hand going, you try to do it with the bar, right? The bar is awesome, okay? It brings strength to your hand, and you do the same thing, right? See it? And you go down to the next space. You go to space 5 or space 7, whatever, and you go back again, and that will create the bar, right? Which everybody hates, putting the bar. Oh, I hate it because it's painful. It doesn't doesn't go well because there's no strength here. This will help you get strength, get stronger in what you're doing. Okay, now what did we learn in this lesson? How to do chromatic scales. Now, if you wonder how fast I can go, I can go intermediate fast. I used to go really fast because you need to work on it. I haven't worked on chromatic scales in a while, I'll be honest. But you can get faster, right? So forth, right? And you get really fast. After a while, you just don't even think and you go really fast. So, right, if you're in F, this is F, string 6, this will be a half step. And from F to G is a whole step, a whole note. So, right, now I will chromatic scales doing half notes. And also the F, right, sharp, right, the use an example, all the sharps are with a symbol called the pound sign, or the tic-tac-toe symbol. It goes in front of the letter that they just left. In other words, if this is F, there'll be F sharp. If this is G, this will be G sharp. If this is A, this will be A sharp, and so forth. Remember, B has no pound sign, so it'll be C. So is E, right? If this is E, right here, E, the next one will be F. There is no, right, E sharp. Now, also, if you've been following the first lesson, look, notice that C has no sharps, the scales. Remember? C, then what? D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay, so it's A minor. A, B, C, D. Right, look. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. They have no sharps involved. But G major and E minor will have F sharps involved. Okay, that's the next scale we'll do. So, what do we do today? Chromatic scales. You alternate your fingers. Right, let me start. Okay, follow me if you can. Try to alternate. Next one. Next one. Try to alternate. Next one. Next one. Then if you want to be, right, there you go. Did you see that? And the last one. Now, if you have a little hand, I have little hands. Okay? If you have little hands, don't worry. Okay, that means nothing in playing the guitar. And guitar is power. Okay, it's strength, especially in flamenco. Strength, big hands, little hands mean nothing. Okay, what requires flamenco is strength. Okay, and perfection, of course, practice. All right. Now, I hope this video helped you. Right, what a sharp is. Right, what a chromatic scales you can do, right, and have fun with it because it is challenging. Okay, if you like challenges, this is a challenge, and you time yourself. See how long can you do chromatic scales using different fingers, especially with these two. right? Which hurt a lot, especially the third finger. And you time yourself and say, oh man, I went through 10 minutes without a problem. And you don't stop. You hold the pain, you go, oh my God, okay. If it hurts too much, let go. Okay, until you can do it, longer and longer and longer. Okay, power is everything. Right? Strengthen the hands. If you play flamenco. In classical, it's really, you don't need too much strength, but really, if you're gonna play Spanish classical, you have to know a little bit of flamenco, okay? To play it really good. It will help you play a little bit better those pieces. Okay, if you've been following me, all the songs that I have, right? All the children's songs and everything, right? You can learn a lot from everything that I put in videos. Okay, try to pick a song or try to follow these lessons, and you'll see that you'll get better as time passes by. You're looking at these videos. All right, I hope you learned something. Please, if you can, right? Please subscribe. It helps here in YouTube to have subscription, a lot of subscriptions. Subscribe. So please, right? If you can't subscribe because you don't want to, fine too. But if you can leave a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you want a question, just let me know, right? Just ask me a question and I'll try to answer the best I can. Okay, these lessons will continue on until I get tired or I finish all the 7 scales. Okay, there's a lot of information in this. Okay, and more information coming. I hope this helped, and thank you for watching my video.